Jack. All right. You got this stuff?
Yeah. All cleaned in oil.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get it on.
Who are these guys?
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.
Hot damn, it's time to get down to the jam. It's time to get down, it's time to get down, it's time to get down to the jam. I said it's time to get down to the knowledge, gonna get on down with the know. On the morning coffee show, on morning coffee with Keith, here on Pop Culture Minefield.
Woo!
On the coffee with Keith, here on Pop Culture Minefield.
Excuse me, can I get a cup of coffee? Black?
Can't you see we talking?
White?
Well. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Martin.
Good morning, Keith. Good morning, Chad. Good morning, audience.
Let me just start by apologizing for the late start. It is my fault. Real life getting in the way, plus physics. If I could fly, I would. If I could run at the speed of light, I would. If I had command of the real Enterprise and not the Kurtzman version of it, I would definitely be here. I don't know about the Millennium Falcon now. Not under current Disney. I don't know. Yeah. Good day. And speaking of all of that, today's episode is basically celebrating Nerd Christmas. That's basically what this is. San Diego Comic-Con 2024. It's Andy Morrow, first out of the gate. Ding, ding, ding. Hello, Andy. Man. Shirley, good morning. Wow. Mrs. A also in the house. And Sci-Fi Mombi. Sup, go. Oh, man. Well, I got to tell you, man. There is not too much that is out there right now that is a sign and symbol. Thank you, Gap Stargate. That is a sign and symbol of really pop culture over the last 15 years than San Diego Comic-Con. In fact, you have a lot of people that use the word Comic-Con a lot. But San Diego is where it's at, and it's where it's been, and this year it looks like it's where it's at again. I gotta say, looking over what they got going on this year, I'm kind of surprised, but I'm not with some of the scheduled appearances and discussions in Hall H. Oh, Wolverine 626 just admitted you're a long Clarkins, but I wish it were. I wish it were. I wish it was. I wish this was about being asleep. I really do, but it's not. It's personal family stuff. Anyway, but wow, you know, there is just Peter Venkman fan side. Hello. Look, it's been no secret to those that have been paying attention over the last few years that certain franchises, certain studios, in recent times decided that they had other things to do. They were too big for this event. And I'm not mentioning any names, but the one I'm thinking of rhymes with Marvel Studios. And I just think it's interesting that now that they've had all of the things that have happened to them, that they need the love and comfort of everyone at San Diego. Quantum Age Comics. Hey peeps. Well, hey back to you, buddies. Jeez. Honored that you're here. In fact, I'm honored that everybody shows up every single time I do this. Love to you all. Seriously, you this means a lot. But wow. I just gotta say, here. Oh, Quantum Age Comics. I am formerly known as Hex Allen Comics, by the way. Of course, but still happy.
Good to see you, Hex.
Here's what I mean. This is a good example of what I'm talking about. This is from Forbes magazine. Okay. And let me go ahead and see about. Oh, Lee Anthony Davis says hello to the panel and everyone in the chat. I will stay on the chat as long as I can, but unfortunately, I have to add material to my channel, TikTok, and adding new members on my groups on Facebook. Hey, you got stuff to do. Okay, I really do appreciate you coming in and at least saying hi. Hello. Let's see.
Hello, Lee. Oh, this I love this comment.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This, if I were there, I would just want to sit in on that one. Russell T. Davies and Alex Kurtzman. Seriously. Or they just decided, well, we're just gonna cohabitate at Hall H at the same time and see if we can stuff.
You know why they are doing that?
Because well, I'm gonna let you say it, Martin, because I got my own.
They are doing that panel together because separated, they don't have enough people to justify the use of the room.
And they're still running into that possibility, given how many people watch both those shows now. Russell T. Davies, the guy that brought us the modern day Doctor Who then returned and has brought us Ncuti Gatwa. Again, Ncuti Gatwa. I haven't seen him in very much, but he's a good actor. But
well, it's hard to know when you always play yourself. And it's true. Maybe he's a good actor, but he's not choosing challenging roles.
Martin with the dagger. He just slipped it right in, right between the ribs, and just went surprise. Wow. Sci-Fi Mommy says, even if they go, they still aren't gonna listen to us. So why do they go to San Diego Comic-Con? I would love to be positive about it, but I totally understand. But here's the thing. There are going to be those people, those groups, those companies, those studios that we do like that will be there. Okay? And it's about really, this should be the biggest, coolest event of the year. Everybody should be able to go and have fun. To me, every convention I've ever gone to, I've seen it like that. Wolverine 626. Keith, did you see the rumor about WBD mulling splitting off its broadcast channels from its studio and Max? Warner Brothers Discovery. Wow. Well, that's kind of a shocker. And I really do mean that. It's kind of shocking. and deadline sourced from the Financial Times. Well, that must mean that Warner still needs money. And if Warner still needs money, even after making all that they have, how bad off is Disney? Seriously. I mean, that lets you know how just deep and how bad things have gone for Disney. Because David Zaslav's been just putting it out there. He has been cutting and slashing and trying to find a way of making money. And just to let you know, he did have some success over this last year. And from the way things are going, I mean, they're trying real hard at Warner Brothers. Real hard. You know, and speaking of success, a big shout out to the cast and crew and even the residents of the Natty, who right now, everyone in the Natty is playing host to James Gunn and the crew of Superman. They're doing a 1-day shoot at the train station, aka the Hall of Justice. So this is a 1-day shoot, and then once they're done after today, the Superman production's done with the entire state of Ohio. And it looks like, according to reports, they are close. They are close to being done with filming. Wow.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Well, I gotta say
You-
at least this.
Well, you have a
James
question. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, James Gunn came out to thank everyone in Cleveland because they left Cleveland yesterday for their hospitality. Definitely pointing out that even on his days off, people were always very kind and very thankful that they were there. I want to personally just thank James Gunn and the casting crew for choosing to also go to Ohio and helping the economy up there. And for, just bringing a lot of positive vibes, making sure that you don't just have to be a pair of brothers from Cleveland to bring business back to the Buckeye State. And that's what I'm getting to with this. By now, a lot of you have heard this, but for those who haven't, Russo brothers tapped to direct upcoming Avengers movies after directors plan on taking Marvel hiatus. Okay? Let me reframe the top of that. Marvel needs the Russo brothers bad because they can't develop any other filmmakers and other talent to come forward to do anything that people want to see. There you go. And Joe and Anthony, who are natives of Cleveland, basically those guys with their Captain America Winter Soldier production up there. Jeez, that was amazing. Those guys just really getting it done. But Joe and Anthony Russo, the directors behind the wildly successful Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, could be making their return to Marvel sooner than planned, according to multiple outlets, as the duo have been tapped by Marvel Studios to direct the next 2 Avengers movies slated for release in 2026 and 2027. Key facts. The Russo brothers are in early talks with Marvel to direct the 5th and 6th Avengers movies, a hiring that could act as a potential boon for Marvel Studios as the company has dealt with a string of underperforming movies and wavering audience demand in recent years.
Underperforming movies? No.
Wow, I know, right? That's a clutch your plurals moment, man. Or as I'd like to say, hey, Here's my shock face.
Question:
Yeah.
haven't the mainstream media been telling us for 2 or so years now that there are not underperforming Marvel movies?
I think they've been trying to do that, but for some reason, information's been leaking out. People started using math because their math don't math anymore. And from what some of the rumors we've been hearing, things have just not been going well for Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige. And to emphasize that point, Martin, do you know what Kevin Feige has decided to follow
Oh,
Daredevil and Wolverine with?
Isn't it Agatha?
Agatha all along. Wow.
Oh, well, well,
Look, first of all, let me just say this.
we can say in his defense, at least it's a bold choice.
It is a bold choice. I just want to say, for that cast and Catherine Hahn, the lead, look, they're talented, but I would not have led with this. And I love the Russo brothers. In fact, let me just say, this is kind of bad news for me. I love the Russo brothers. They are perfect. They could be the saviors of the current course for Marvel Studios. But I was really hoping that the Russo brothers were going to be tapped for the Community movie, because they helped to bring the greatest geek comedy series of all time to life. And I figured with the Russo brothers, this was definitely going to be something amazing. It's still going to happen, but it will probably happen without the Russo brothers directing, because they directed several episodes of the show. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. The early stage discussions, first reported by the Hollywood Reporter, come a little less than 2 years after Joe Russo said he and his brother won't be ready to do anything with Marvel until the end of the decade, following their directorial success of 2019's Avengers Endgame, the second highest grossing movie of all time. Yeah. Things need to change for Marvel Studios. And I think we're gonna get some of that at San Diego Comic-Con. Let's see. Admiral Teague is here.
Yeah.
Oh, gap after. Oh, see, I see this deal happening, and Disney just messing up the movies on their own after the Russos are done. Probably. I've said this online, and I'm going to repeat it here. Here's what they should probably do, and I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, Kevin Feige ought to take a break, a 3 to 5 year break from Marvel movies. He should just concentrate on TV and animation and any specials, especially Disney Plus. He should just concentrate on that. What he should do is allow Ryan Reynolds and his team to map out the next 3 to 4 years of films. In other words, they should go ahead and just scrap whatever they have planned and allow Ryan Reynolds and Sean Levy to plan out the next 3 to 5 years of releases. And they should just go based on that. What do you think?
Oh, nah. I'm not saying anything.
You just want to watch Marvel burn, don't you?
Oh, well, Let's put it this way. It's not that I want to see them burn. I just want to continue watching them burn
Oh,
themselves.
okay.
They have been doing a great job for the last 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. They really have not failed in basically finding new ways of just shooting themselves in the foot. Monkey Jeebus! The IT crowd and Spaced are netter than Community? Better is what you're trying to say. Well, that's your thing. Community's my thing. I just think it's that good. It's good. It's good to have real geek and nerd shows written by real nerds and geeks, and not about nerds and geeks with a very professional writing crew and staff who do other shows at the same time using the same formula for all their shows, including beats, breaks, how episodes, when music comes in sometimes, all kinds of stuff. But it's the same thing I criticized a lot of the 90s Disney animated films for. So, with the exception of Aladdin and
The
Lilo
Disney
and
Show
Stitch.
Plus
So,
and the movies, because there hasn't been Guardians. Okay, Guardians was good, but apart from Guardians, what else?
well,
Honestly,
yeah. Well, the thing is that that's because there's nobody that actually knows television that's running television. Kevin Feige is running outside of what he should. He is a trained Hollywood film producer. That is really what he's trained in. And part of the problem since the beginning of the rise of MCU films is that in the beginning, Kevin Feige was just overseeing the movies. And part of overseeing the movies was having all this veteran talent, writers, directors, actors who came in and made these movies what they were. And I know. You got to give Kevin some credit. I do. But he was smart enough to even understand to allow his boss and others to do what they need to do in order to make everything a successful. The moment Kevin Feige took over and gained full control over everything is when everything went in the toilet. It's not just my opinion. It's based on the numbers. Definitely based on profits. And almost to a person, a lot of what they brung in, a lot of directions they tried to go in, people just don't like because they're not developing characters. And yeah, Teague, I've heard that too. That's what that lets you know how bad things are. If Feige and the Russos allegedly have very little regard for each other, is what Admiral Teague wrote. And yeah, I've heard that. But that lets you also know how bad things are. If Kevin Feige's calling on the Russo brothers, that's how bad things are. That's Anima Confusa. Everybody give it up for Anima. Popping in to say hi. Hey, Anima. Miss you, lady. Let's see. But yeah, that really does let you know how bad things have gone off track. And Monkey Jeebus also says putting Feige in charge of Marvel Comics was dumb. I agree. It put him in contact with the DEI shills making the woke comics. I think that was going to happen anyway, but yes, I agree. Feige, notice what I said earlier about Feige just concentrating on things. I left out comics. Uh, but anyway, we have had, there have been a lot of ups and downs with Marvel. And they really, really, really need to be concentrating on some other things. And they need to basically just get back to what they were doing best. What is going on? Anyway, and Monkey Jeebus had a comment from earlier. Ryan Reynolds and Sean Levy don't know enough to run Marvel. That's not what I'm asking them to do. I'm not asking them to run Marvel. That's not what I said. I want them to basically have the deal that James Gunn had before he was unceremoniously fired, and then eventually he decided to leave, which is the ability to be able to map out upcoming films for them to do. Get them to pick, choose which characters, because Ryan has a deep respect and love for these characters. His love and respect is far and away deeper and more fan friendly than anything we've seen out of Phases 4 or anything that came after. So it can't hurt putting Sean and Ryan in charge of that for about 5 years to just map stuff out and get it made, oversee it. And again, I'm not saying Feige has to retire or anything. He can come back. But I think it's best to allow people who actually respect the material and the characters to give them a shot at doing this and then bring Feige back. That's all I said. You know, I don't think you can. I think it'll work out much better having them in charge because you don't have to worry about problems like with Ryan and Sean in charge. I don't think you'd have to worry as much about the problems that they've had with, say, Blade. Which, again, I still can't believe I'm saying this, but when you're having a problem making a Blade movie, you've got a problem. And with the money that has been spent up to now, this is a problem that they're not getting past anytime soon. How do you have difficulties making a Blade film? I'm serious. It's a pretty simple concept. Vampire hunter who has the ability, who basically is part vampire himself, but with the ability to walk out during the daylight, who hunts vampires. Seems pretty easy. You've got an incredible actor who wants to play the part. And you can't seem to find your way to putting him in costume and having him just go out and kill vampires because you can't come up with a script that basically allows his daughter to take over the movie and for Blade himself to basically back her up. I don't know of anybody that has enjoyed the previous Blade films that had you just told them that that was going to be the next Blade film where his daughter takes over and basically runs the show, that anybody would want to see that. I'm not saying you can't have a daughter. I'm not saying you can't have women in it. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying if that's your reasons, those are pretty dumb reasons. Kevin Feige should be glad I'm not his boss. because I'm telling you, I'd be hard pressed. Anyway,
In my opinion,
yeah.
which is very humble, by the way. Uh, I don't want to see uh, any character passing the mantle to its children and whatever the gender the children are, and then my beloved character go to sleep under the shadow of a tree. No, what I do want to see as a father is a movie in which you decided to give the character uh, children, okay? Make them go into adventure side by side, help each other, share the moment. Like when you're fixing something in your house and you bring your kid along, hey, come here. That that is what we should be focusing on, and that gives you the opportunity to do a spin-off, and then you have two characters and the possibility of more productions and more income. But what do I know?
Well, let me just say, great idea. Unfortunately, Marvel just seems to be cursed with rehashing ideas, even from other studios, in a sense. This whole Blade thing sounds like a rehash of what Sony had tried to do with the Vulture. You want to know the reason why the Vulture never showed up in the Raimi movies? Because Sony originally wanted the Vulture to be a woman. And they, the people who were making the films, many of whom were actually Marvel fans, pushed back on that, especially Sam Raimi himself. Remember, Raimi only wanted to make movies that fit within the context of all of the Spider-Man stories that Steve Ditko actually worked on. That is the key to all his Spider-Man films. And the moment he got stabbed in the back and they brought in Venom, that's what broke everything. Hoja! And it's Sony still has certain plans that they're working on from years back. Okay? Let's not get it twisted. They're still operating on that old playbook. And it seems that Kevin Feige took some direction out of that for how he was going to use Blade. Again, dumb idea. Kevin, you need a vacation. You need to just go away for a few years. Anyway, I think we should just get down to the business of talking about what's what. Okay, so 1 week from today is when everything's going to really start, if memory serves. Let's see. So Thursday night is preview night, and that is originally that was the day that you had for, after setting everything up. Traditionally, a lot of the dealers and others would make deals in the dealer's room between each other and give each other great deals and other things. And, it's kind of like the convention before the convention. And eventually people started, people who would work at the convention would show up specifically to be there and to preview that, to be a part of all that. And eventually they started inviting in, and it evolved into something that people would buy tickets for, basically. So technically, it will start a week from today, which it was able to grow from being a regular 3-day convention to a 4-day convention. With the return of Marvel and also all the projects that Warner Brothers and DC are going to have, this is going to seem in certain ways like 2008, which to me was the beginning of the dominance of San Diego Comic-Con. I'm not saying that it is 2008. I'm not saying there's any project that's going to jump out and be like The Dark Knight. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, the Hollywood seems to really be focusing in on San Diego in a way not seen since 2008. And there's the potential for this to be at least a really, really good year for fans, for all the geeks and nerds out there. But we'll see how this rolls after this weekend, because the great thing about San Diego Comic-Con is the fact that you get all these amazing trailers and information just coming out. Everybody wants to make this special. And I think this has the potential to be special. Now, going into this weekend, since I've already brought them up, for Warner Brothers and DC, I am not expecting anything related to Superman to happen this year. At best, at the very least, I should say, if anything related to Superman is possible, they have shot enough footage now to basically be close to wrapping, which means that they probably would have some kind of a sneak peek. But I'm not saying they are going to do that. I just think that given how much work they've done, it's very possible they could surprise everybody with just something. But I wouldn't hold my breath for it. Okay. I think this year we're going to get a lot more interactive and inside information for what DC and Warner Brothers has coming up. And for me personally, I'm very excited about that. I think Warner Brothers and DC are on the right track. Now, does that mean they'll be successful? No. That's really going to depend on how the general public and fans in particular respond to a lot of the things that they have planned. I gotta say personally, some of this may not be the best thing according to fans, but I like I just like where they're headed right now. It's not as hectic in many ways as what we've seen from Marvel Studios. And Marvel Studios really, they haven't completely lost their minds. They've got some projects that people are interested in. And also congratulations to Marvel on their Emmy nomination for X-Men 97. wow, that's really, really cool. You know, I wonder how they're going to try to play it off, though, if they win, because their showrunner got fired. Oh, wow. If they end up winning another one for next season, it really doesn't matter why Bo DeMeo had to leave. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Especially if season 3 of X-Men 97 goes off the rails creatively and becomes more what one would expect from any Disney related project. So again, congratulations. I know that's not what everybody that did it for, but it's good to be recognized, I would think. And especially for that show. There were a lot of fans who were very excited for the return of the X-Men in that form. And just excited for all the X-Men fans. Again, excited for me too, because it's X-Men. Who wouldn't be excited for that? Anyway, let's see. There are also, I should say, a big announcement, a big congratulations to my other twin brother, who was mentioned in Variety yesterday.
Oh.
Or should I say the day before? Mike Bowden and Robert Meyer Burnett. The announcement of their the launch of Imagination Connoisseur Unlimited. Variety decided to add the word media. But Robert had to correct them on his show. Just Imagination Connoisseur Unlimited. And after listening to him explain some of the projects they're going to want to do, I'm all in. They have a project coming up right now, which is their big project that they're bringing to San Diego called True Noir. And they've already announced several of the celebrities who will be bringing their talents to this project. I got to say, I'm impressed. But Robert was also explaining what the purpose of Imagination Connoisseur will be. And one of those things that they want to accomplish is allowing projects, if they're based on other media, comics, novels, whatever, that they are dealing with creatives that want to allow the original intent of the creators and authors to be seen within the project. That is cool. That is cool. I'm down for that. Basically, all these shenanigans that you see with current Star Wars, Doctor Who, and especially Star Trek, they're not for that. It's not about taking somebody else's ideas and putting your own spin on it. This is about, if you're going to make, say, an adaptation of, you're going to bring to life, say, a movie based on Hawkman, you're not going to make any changes to the character. You're going to try to adapt the character the way that the original creators of that character intended for that character to be seen in comics, and thus translate that to film. That's it. You know, if they decide to make a Justice Society movie, you're going to get the Justice Society. who celebrated an anniversary yesterday. That entire team celebrated the anniversary of them coming together yesterday, their first meeting. But there's a lot of people out in Hollywood right now that when they adapt something like to put different spins on things, or they'll change the sex of characters or stuff. That's not what imagination connoisseur media is getting behind. That they are not in for that. And so I am here for what they want to accomplish. I applaud them, Mike Bowden, and of course my other twin brother, Robert Meyer Burnett. That is a lofty goal, but it's one that I truly support. What do you think, Martin?
That wouldn't happen. I mean, real. Oh my God, I don't have it. Faithful adaptations. That doesn't happen. even the good adaptations are not that faithful.
Well,
and okay, continue. Go.
Making the transition from one medium to another, I totally get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is no major changes to characters, no changing characters' physical appearance, sexual preference, any of that stuff. If you're going to do it, you're going to adapt those characters that already come with those already built in. And then, I don't see them trying to make any changes based on how a lot of changes have been made to established IP from another medium. The same way Hollywood's been doing over the last 8 to 10 years. I don't see that happening. At least not with Imagination Connoisseur Unlimited. So, and Hojo's right. Watchmen was pretty faithful. Yeah, yes. I like that.
I know. And Watchmen, and here's a contention point with all the community and me, but Watchmen to me is my preferred, let's put it that way, use that word, my preferred superhero movie. It's Watchmen. But yeah, it's even if it is being as faithful as it is, they had to change a major plot because it wouldn't have worked on screen.
Yeah. And I get that. Again, I think I think they're not against reasonable changes, but the outrageous changes that we have been seeing is what they're against. They are all for just adapting what the original creators and authors at least wanted to get up there and out there, especially if they're still alive. I think Robert Meyer Burnett's definitely all about trying to get the original creators to be a part of whatever project, to give them a say, which is fantastic. Because it seems kind of self-indulgent to get somebody else's idea and then make changes to that idea to suit how you feel versus keeping the project closer to what the original IP and media that sparked the interest to whoever started the project. That's it. I get it, Monkey Jeebus. You're not a Hawkman fan. I was just using Hawkman as an example.
Well, to be honest, I would like to see a movie of the Hawkman that we saw in Black Adam. That's me.
Yeah. I get it. It's a great story. But let me just say, Eldridge Hodge, I would have rather cast him as Black Lightning. He would have made a better Black Lightning than Hawkman, because the way he played that character in the movie was just too much. I got to hit something, and that's not really Hawkman. So at least that's not really the Justice Society version of Hawkman. So, wow.
I get it, but I like him. That's part of what I like of that character. It has a new streak in him.
Yeah.
Yeah. They try to kind of mix Bruce Wayne and Thor, but I liked it.
Well, it's good that you liked it, man. I mean, it's, it's not worth doing if it's not going to get people interested in it. But and that's the way it should be. Every project should be something that gets people interested. It should hold your attention, especially when they announce it. But true. Kadar Hall, Hawkman was a bit of a hothead. But he also was the leader initially of the Justice Society. And Monkey Jeebus is right. Hawkman wouldn't argue with Black Adam about killing people. He had kind of that ancient warrior thing going on, but again, he was a leader of the Justice Society. I was a big fan of the Justice Society growing up. I still like Justice League more, but I really loved the Justice Society because I was a big Dr. Fate fan. So, and that's the real thing I liked about Black Adam. I loved Pierce Brosnan in the role. I loved him as Dr. Fate. Hated what they did to him at the end of the movie, though.
Oh well, he's not dead. That is bullshit. He's not dead.
I want to say he's not, but that version of the DC universe is done.
Yeah.
So I think we're getting an all new cast. I think that'll be I think there's a good possibility that we will get several cameos by members of the Justice Society for the new Superman film. And yeah. Ocho says, didn't like JSA until the Jeff Johns run. All right. Yeah. Anyway. Before I go into the rest of this, let me ask all of you out there, what's one thing that you are truly looking forward to for this year's San Diego Comic-Con? I mean, for me,
something all right.
For me, I'm looking forward to the possibility of any information that they want to give us about Superman. That's my big one. Okay, how about you, Martin? What are you looking forward to?
What am I looking for? Oh man, it's something that would never happen, but man, I have a picture of it.
Okay.
There you go.
Wow. Wow.
I want to see what happened when this crew of this ship, of this version, opened that cube.
Wow. The only thing that would make it better is that instead of that crew, if it were Strange New Worlds crew,
Or disco.
yeah, or Discount. Okay, let's see. Gap says Stargate announcement. Right? That's my second thing. That's number 2 for me. The Stargate announcement. Oh my god, that would be so cool. Wolverine 626 says, I really hope that whenever the Swamp Thing movie comes due, the character isn't CGI like the Hulk. Bring back Derek Mears from the canceled Too Soon series. I agree with you. Do the costume thing. Try to be as practical as possible. Yeah. Yeah.
I think Das Wolfen had something to say about this.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he probably did. Kamel is the perfect Booster Gold. We see him as a joke, but he wants to be taken seriously. Yeah, after the Eternals, I don't know. I don't know about that whole Booster Gold thing with him.
Nah, Peter, the Peter Venom fans are like, no. I would like for that room to be empty the whole day. I think that is much better.
Just to Peter Venkman fan site said that people throwing trash at Russell T Davies and Alex Kurtzman. That's funny. Wolverine 626 says a Conan the Barbarian movie or premium TV series.
With a more sensible Conan, please.
It's just karma that Amazon did what they did to that Conan project that they had. And they got to reap it. When the person who was going to run that show left and gave us House of the Dragon. That is total karma right there. Wow. And Andre from Midnight's Edge will tell you that Conan television series was going to be the real of the real. If you were a Conan fan and you loved the original novels, you were the audience they were hoping for with that Conan television series. Tree Rock Creations. I would like new IPs with good characters and stories, but I'm not holding my breath.
Well, don't get me. I'm not going into this. No.
Well, let me at least say something, Hojo. The costume fits in more with. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
I should.
There it is.
Okay, Hojo. The Guy Gardner costume leaves a bit to be desired in the set photos. Yeah, well, there's a reason for that. The reason is that I think they're going to give us the Terrifics, or at least make it so that the Terrifics are a part of the storyline for the movie. Because, okay, I shouldn't say the Terrifics. I should say that the company that owns these heroes are costuming them the same. So they're all wearing, in my opinion, variations of Mr. Terrific's uniform. Okay, so Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, and a few others are on this brand new superhero team. And let's see, and Wolverine 626 says Guy Gardner himself leaves a lot to be desired. It'll be an interesting take on the character. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. uh, See, he shouldn't be Guy. He should be,
Hal.
of course.
He's too old for Hal.
I don't care. You use old Hall with his sideburns in white.
I get what you're saying because you want to see Hal real bad. But again, as
Yeah.
I've said before, if you're starting a
Is his
brand,
voice? Is his voice?
I know.
Imagine we're going to do Batman and Kevin Conroy would be Alfred. The fuck?
Yeah, I get it. I do. But if you're gonna cast Hal, you need to understand that uh, Oliver, Hal, Barry are all the same age. You know, you got to remember that because I know they keep trying to do this whole thing with he's older and blah blah blah. No, 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 no. That was a plot in one of the storylines. Okay, Hal Jordan's age is they basically he and
Whoa, whoa,
Superman and
whoa!
Batman are all the same age. Yeah, I agree
Look
with
at
you. Wolverine
look at that
616.
casting.
Yeah, Glenn Powell works. He is Hal Jordan. I knew that the first time I saw him in Top Gun Maverick. He's Hal Jordan. So here's my question: you get Glenn Powell for Hal. Who do you cast as John?
Mm.
Who do you make John Stewart? Now remember, Hal Air Force, John Stewart Marine.
Ah man, you
And
got me there.
no, I know. I've said it before. I've said his name before. I think they should just go ahead and use him again. Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who you saw in Aquaman, he should be Guy Gardner.
You think?
Yes, yes, yes. Could you buy him as a former Marine? I could.
Yeah, yeah. Michael
Again,
B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan hasn't been seen in a while, man. And if you're going to bring him into the DC, Michael B. Jordan, in my opinion,
Oh yo! Oh my God!
Jonathan Major. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be tough to find anybody to act opposite him, especially women now, knowing what they know. I don't know, man. I know what you're saying, Wolverine, but here's the thing. When they first met in comics, John Stewart was maybe 2 years younger. I know everybody keeps wanting to make Hal this old guy, but he's not. If you're good, the reason why he got quote unquote old was because of a storyline. He is the same age. Look, DC's even said this. Hal Jordan is the same age as Bruce Wayne. You got to deal with that.
Okay, I got my pick for Jon Stewart.
Okay.
Of course, he has to hit the gym because he's big, but he must be cut. Winston Duke, M'Baku from Black Panther,
Ooh.
and the stunt coordinator in uh the Fall Guy.
You know what? I had Winston. You're gonna be surprised with this. I had Winston Duke down as John Henry Irons.
Oh,
Mm.
Oh.
Oh, Steel.
Oh,
Steel.
you said that.
He's Steel, but he's also one of the smartest inventors in DC.
I can go with that.
He's one of the smartest of the smart. So, and Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet, in my opinion, would
As
make
Jon Stewart. Wow. Don't give them ideas, please, Gab. Don't.
I think Timothy Chalamet would make a really, really good Richard Grayson, except that he's a little on the short
How
side.
dare you?
He's a little on the short side. He's a little on the thin side.
Okay, this has been the end of a beautiful friendship.
You're gonna cut me loose based on that? Oh, is it gonna be like that, Martin?
You're messing with my boy Nick with that.
Uh-oh. Hal Jordan, Wolverine 66. Hal Jordan should be the first human Green Lantern. Alan Scott comes off as too confusing. You know what? I would streamline back to what the comics had. That's how I would do it. Hal Jordan is the first human to join the Green Lantern Corps. Now, I know this is going to be controversial. I know people are going to come after me for this, but Alan Scott should be written the way that the character was originally created. And that if you want to have someone who's gay, you do what the comics did in having his son be gay. There you go. Fixed it. Because you're returning it back to how the comics had it prior to even all the other changes they made. In fact, here's a little something else that you may not know about Alan Scott. He's got a son and daughter, and both of them are gay. So we can go with OG Alan Scott and get his kids back in the mix. Because, see, by doing what they did with the character, you're also getting rid of his kids, plus getting rid of the next generation of superheroes. You got to bring them back. Josh Brolin for Batman. Josh Brolin's a little on the older side. Okay? Alan Reitman should be Batman. The guy is a
He-Man.
beast. The
He
guy
should
is
be He-Man.
He should be He-Man, but if you're talking about DC, the guy's a beast. You have to be a beast if you're going to exist as Batman. I'm sorry. You know, getting these thin guys to be Batman, that doesn't work. I'm sorry, that doesn't work. Unless you Bruce Lee, that doesn't work. Actually, she was. They wrote her as bisexual, I should say. That's how they wrote her. Yes. That's how they wrote her. I know what you're saying about having Damien, but I'm telling you, the way they've written that character, they have him at a certain age. Again, you start monkeying with people's ages like that, and that's where you're gonna run into all the confusion. See, this is the one thing I think I liked about how the new 52 streamlined everything is it at least made it understood what everybody's ages were. To still keep Bruce at a certain age. Makes sense. Do I agree with every single thing? No. But it makes sense. Makes sense. This way we can get the entire family in a film, which I think is what James Gunn is trying to do. I think he's going to try to get the entire Bat family in here. So it's not just Richard. I think he's going to go for all of them. From Richard to Damien. And all the ones in between. Including Bruce's cousin.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I'm in favor of James Gunn doing it because it won't be as bad as the CW version.
Yeah.
When you're so bad that the only thing worse than you is Kurtzman Trek Discovery, that's pretty bad. I get what you're saying, Wolverine, but I have waited far too long to see the entire Bat family on the screen. In fact, you can almost separate Batman into his own universe because he's got so many characters. You know, personally, I want to see Batwing. I want to see the Signal. I want it all. I want them all. I want Azrael also. I want them all of them. Hell, you know what? I want to see the original Batgirl. Betty Kane. Bring her in too, and make her the head of Birds of Prey. You know, Batwoman, the way that she is in comics, is a total badass. The way the TV stuff did her, they did her wrong, man. Oh, geez. The only character that's been mistreated more so is Scott Summers.
Oh.
You know it's true. You know it's true. Scott Summers is the most maligned, misunderstood, miswritten, misadapted character from any comic. Oh, I would be. But not the way he was written on the CW. We're gonna go with the comic book origins of the character, meaning he wore just a suit and it was all his idea. Okay? Not this thing that Hollywood seems to do where they take all the smart black men and say in reality it was some smart white guy that invented it and the black guy's just in the suit. Okay? They did it with Mantis. That's where it started. They did it to Mantis. And then they ended up repeating the same thing with Black Lightning. And they did it to Static. They also did it to Static. I that's never sat well with me. Every single time. Let's see. Gap After Dark. Keith, would your character use a Tesla charging station for his lightning powers? It would be climate change friendly. I'd consider it.
I don't know if he has lightning powers, but he would, if Kid is playing it, he would give some power. Thunder slaps. Have you seen this guy's hand?
I would consider it because I would like it personally for me. If I were running the DC film universe, here's what I would do to be different than what we had before. First of all, I would undo all that stuff about Cyborg and put him back with where he belongs at the Teen Titans. You know, if you're going to have the Justice League, in my opinion, the Justice League founding members are Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Hal Jordan Green Lantern, and Barry Allen the Flash, with Superman, Batman coming in initially for support and then joining the team. And then you bring in Red Tornado, Black Canary, Green Arrow, Black Lightning, and definitely Hawkman and Hawkgirl. And that'd be that, right? Right? See, Wolverine gets it. He'd be incredible as Black Lightning. The only person that would be even better, and I wish he was just a few years younger, the only person who would be better is Michael J. White.
Oh, but he's older now.
I know, that's what I said. He should be, if he were younger. But, 10, 15 years ago, oh, definitely. Michael J. White, Black Lightning, heck yeah.
Man, anybody, I mean, there's very little people remember that he was Spawn, man. He was Spawn. That's the first time I saw him.
Yeah. Did you see that thing that I sent you? Michael J.
Where?
White's not a fan of the movie.
No, where is that?
He's on video talking about it.
Yeah,
He's not a fan
Wasn't-
of that movie at all.
it wasn't the best of movies, but
It doesn't
I've
surprise
seen
me.
worse. I've seen worse.
I have seen worse too.
Whoa.
And Wolverine 626, Superman and Batman have to be founding members. It doesn't feel right otherwise. Technically, they'll be the first recruited, but according to the comics, what I named off initially, those were the founding members of the Justice League. Superman and Batman came in later. And I think part of the reason why they ended up doing it that way is they repeated what they did with the Justice Society, because Superman and Batman were not founding members of that either.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, William Neeson Beetlejuice? Nice.
he's in the trailers.
I haven't seen it. I just
Oh.
seen the first one. I don't want to I don't
Yeah.
want to spoil anything.
And I don't blame you, man. I do not blame you.
Man, I freaking love Beetlejuice.
Me too.
This is the real movie that has me hyped for.
Yes. I'm looking forward to it, man. Look, from this point to the end of the year, there are some real cool things coming. And I need to say this again because some people have forgotten, and I know it's been a long time. But we are about to get a second season of Arcane.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so just hold on a little longer. Now, that also means that I think if they're smart, and I really do think Netflix is smart, that'll be one of the things they'll be promoting at this year's San Diego Comic-Con.
Gab, I am too. I haven't seen the bucket. I didn't mean to convey the idea that I do not care about any other movie this year. The thing is, my number one is Beetlejuice.
Yes.
And of course, when I saw that name, and I do not concur with you in this, Wolverine, I see the first thing I thought was they are opening a possibility for a third movie, Beetlejuice, which is the way in which you bring him into the world.
Yep. Look, we're getting a new Tron movie.
Oh my God, no! I am afraid of that one.
I realized that until I found out something. And that made me kind of excited.
What?
For those of you who haven't heard, and I'm about to, this is no real big reveal, so I can go ahead and say this because it's already been talked about. But they hid somebody from the cast when talking about the movie. Jeff Bridges is back.
What? Okay, you got me.
Yeah, that's what I said. Because I was like you. It's like, I don't know if I want to see this. And then it was revealed, oh, yeah, Jeff Bridges is back. Oh, well, that just changes everything for me.
Why didn't you start with that? Oh my God.
Oh. Is it something that we can allow everybody else to see?
Yes. Oh my
Share your
God.
screen.
God. Oh.
Share your screen.
Even if you don't want to watch the movie, you're gonna want to have this.
Is it as good as the Deadpool popcorn bucket?
Just wait. Just wait. Okay.
What?
Boom, baby.
Oh, no way. No way. No way.
I must have one. I will have one.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Man, they want my money so bad. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm in. I was in before. I was going to see the movie, but I'm in. See, it's for stuff like this to get you excited, to take you from here up to here. That's what San Diego should be doing a week from today. It's meant to get you excited. Thank you, Gap. Big. You know what? We should play something for Gap. What should we play? How should we pay Gap back?
Oh.
Let's see.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, from here to here. Take your hand, place it about chest high, and then up to here, place it above your head. That's what I meant. There you go.
Okay. No, my browser froze, and I'm looking for.
Oh,
Okay. Well, here you go, Gap.
For that, you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
let's see. Dragon Roost. Hello, hello. Wolverine 626, I agree. There used to be a theater near my house, and they left me. They left me. They used to have all kinds of cool stuff there. But you know what? If you want to have cool stuff, if you really want to, help out, just go support your local movie theaters when they have movies that you want to see. And let the people who actually work at your local theater know how much you appreciate them. Support them by actually buying, your food there. That's how your local theater makes its money. So when you buy stuff and sneak it in, you're not hurting the people that made the movie at all. Studios still get their money. They get it no matter what. It's not just, it's mainly the ticket prices, but they find other ways of getting their money too. They yeah, trust me on that. They get paid first. people who actually work those theaters, concessions. So if you really want to support, even if you just buy a small popcorn, small soda, you're still supporting. Do what you can. It's I can't stress that enough. Support your local movie theaters and the people that work there. Hello, Penny. Always good to see you.
Yeah, Dragon. I saw it. I didn't like it.
That's nice, but then again, I don't own an Xbox. Sorry, I'm not an Xbox guy. It's not that I hate it. I'm just not an Xbox guy. Whoa,
Oh
Peter
man,
Fansite, you
chains.
lost 3 chains? Really? Dude. Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. It's a global recession, man.
Yeah. Well, they got to start making stuff to get us back to theaters. And once they start doing it, we need to go out and support. You know, we can't. I know I can't afford to lose any more theaters.
Mm.
But I know everybody's looking forward to having fun, having a good time this year with San Diego Comic-Con. Okay? And again, my number one piece of advice for this event, for any convention that you go to, number one, where just make sure you have a comfortable pair of sneakers to wear. Trust me. You're going to be on your feet a lot. And for San Diego, yeah. Yeah. Shinatsky. I don't know if I want to kill Marvel, but it needs to be reorganized. Here's my thing about it. Kevin Feige started out doing a good job when he was just focused on one thing. And the moment he was let loose to do other things while he was still doing that one thing, that's when things started to noticeably go sideways. You know, I would tell Kevin Feige to his face, it's like, you are one hell of a producer. Stay that way. Be that guy. But being the guy over everything else, that doesn't work. You're not making it. You're not doing it. You're not getting it done. And whatever successes they do have, it's usually despite all of the little ways they try to sabotage themselves, you know, because everybody knows it's coming for X-Men 97. Okay? We all know that X-Men 97, they're going to find a way of doing something to it that'll ruin it. And I know with all the money that the MCU has made, it still boggles my mind that they've been able to screw up this much in such a short period of time. It really has not been that long. And just they continue to just do it because they keep hiring people that just aren't that good. Wow. Cap After Dark.
Hey.
The
Oh.
the biggest problem Marvel and DC films have is they keep offing the bad guy. Yeah, well, that or they don't give great bad guys. You've got to have really good bad guys. That's really what it's about. Look, I'm gonna tell you, for Marvel right now, all this what they're doing with Kang, forget that. Forget it. Get rid of it. Doctor Doom should be the villain for the MCU right now. Period. End of story. Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of
I am with you in this one, Peter Beckman. Said we have to stop that trend.
yeah. There are just villains who are just straight up bad people. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
My theory is the writers are projecting. No, I am not this piece of crap. No, I'm just misunderstood because you don't understand my genius.
Yeah.
And they write then their villains like that.
Mhm. Wow. Thank you, Shinatsky. Let's see. Country Shape Media. Let's see. You're right. Well, when big Hollywood sucks, at least we can always look for independent stuff to enjoy. There's quite a few out there. Yes, there is. It's always a good thing. Shinatsky, the Acolyte flat out say if you look up to heroes, then you'll not see reality.
Yep. The good are bad and the bad are good. This was well, what can you expect of someone who worked for Weinstein?
Yeah. I keep saying, look, I'm starting to hear people get into this narrative that, she was an assistant. She didn't know everything. I will
Yeah, right.
grant her. No, I will grant her that. Okay. But here's the thing. Two things about Leslie Headland. Three things now, but I'm going to keep it to two. First, for being connected to someone like Harvey Weinstein, I find it odd that the day before it was officially announced that she's working for Lucasfilm, she went and just went to her Twitter and got rid of all of those tweets. I mean, hundreds of thousands of tweets she got rid of. You're going to be judged. People are going to say things. That there are people who are connected to the controversy that were victims of Weinstein. Those people know what went into all of that. Okay. I think that she at least had a hand in some of that. I'm not saying a direct hand in any of the physical stuff that took place. It's not what I'm saying. But that Leslie I think Leslie at least knew a few more things than what she let on. And that she's
Dude,
able to say what she's saying because a lot of those tweets are gone.
She had to know. you can be the personal assistant
Well,
not knowing.
well, the other thing is he also had a lot of assistants. It wasn't like Leslie was the only one. I'm just saying that, knowing what you know about the business and the people and all of that stuff. I just think that you got nothing to hide, you shouldn't have to basically do a preemptive strike on your Twitter page and get rid of a whole bunch of tweets. Lee Anthony Davis. Lee. I went to a Comic-Con for the first time and last time. It was in Blackpool, the Winter Gardens, and it was a disaster. Too many people turned up. There was no air conditioning, and that's the good point. Look, when a con goes bad, it goes bad quick. I have been there, dude. I have walked in and realized that I was at a bad con before. All I can say is for all those people who are going to go to a convention, some for the first time, find out if you can go with someone that's actually been before. But if not, first and foremost, get all the information together about what the convention is, where it's going to be held, official hotel information. Do all your homework first. Find out who's going to be there. And if you're lucky, they will have a copy of all of the con information online, or we'll have an app for you to download and use for the actual event itself. Become at least familiar with those particular people and things that are connected to the things that you are really interested in. As I keep saying, the whole thing with the shoes, trust me on this. Years and years and years of going to conventions. And trust me, I've been going to conventions since 1983. That was my first convention. So I put in some work. If you're going to be on your feet for several hours, you should be wearing comfortable shoes. Your feet will thank you. And with an event the size of San Diego, you're going to need it. That's all I can say. You're definitely going to need it. Take advantage of all that Dr. Scholl's technology. Give your feet that cushion. Monkey Jeebus. Yeah, I heard that. And I believe him. I do. I believe Script Doctor. He's right in that. But my only other thing with Leslie Headland is that she got rid of quite a few tweets. It's a lot of tweets to get rid of. Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. I think these writers don't know what a sympathetic villain. When done correctly, they are good. But the ones they keep making sympathetic are not that kind of villain. I agree with you, Country Shape Media. I completely agree with you. They have no idea. They don't know what they're doing. And what little real life they lived, you can definitely tell from the way they write. It's not in their writing. Gap After Dark. At the conventions, you need hand sanitizer and some Lysol because some people really stink. Ain't that the truth? Right there. Doesn't hurt if you bring your own bottle of Febreze. Some people need it.
I sent you something through Facebook.
I'm just saying. Yeah. Let's see. I've heard that about wearing the tools to complete your Ghostbusters suit. Yeah. From the Peter Venkman fan site. Peter
Well,
Venkman says, I'm
yeah,
lucky to have gone to ones where people actually bathe before going.
yeah. But the
Yes.
thing is, they're gonna spend the whole day
Yep.
there.
I want you to think of it this way, Peter. Think of it this way. Let us just, for the sake of this discussion, say that everybody took a shower or bath and they were all clean when they got there.
Hmm.
What you are talking about is an event where, let's see, what's the weather like right now in California? Let's see. So let's just say in San Diego next week that it's sunny and say 90 degrees, give or take. Is that too much? So you got some people right off the bat that are just gonna, they're gonna put their deodorant to the test. That's before they walk into the building. Okay. So not everybody carries extra as far as deodorant or body spray. And again, some of y'all just need to know how to apply that, because some of you same jokers who seem to think that 2 or 3 or 4 handfuls of cologne, like I got to smell you on the other side of the building type people, that's too much, man. That's too much. And we all know what cologne's really for. It's about attracting the ladies, fellas. If they can smell you before they see you, that's actually a negative. You've already got a strike against you walking into a situation, which means if the closer they get, the stronger you smell. That's a major negative. Like on the 3 strike scale, that's an automatic 2 strikes. But walking into one of these events, it's like just think of an event where you're going to have masses of people around you. Okay, San Diego, their big dealers area, it's wall to wall, just front to back people. Some people just shoulder to shoulder, literally. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Whoa, Admiral! Whoa, I didn't need that image in my mind.
Whoa, Admiral Teague, really, man?
Ah.
This is no. We want to say that. Yeah, that's a discussion for a whole different show. Okay, that's for that show called the BO Show, and that'll be right
Damn.
after this. That'll be right after this show. It's the BO Show. Okay, that'll be hosted by somebody different. Wow.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's all about helping. It's all about being helpful, because I'm telling you, if you can at least get one person to realize how they've messed up, you've done a job. Personally, I think they should be handing out hand sanitizer and deodorant and a bar of soap. But that's just me. But some of y'all need it badly. Just saying. Badly. Whew. I just feel bad for people who are actually working the booths. Some of the booth people there, especially the booth ladies, who got to stand there and smile and be accommodating as somebody walks past, and they just like, it goes from having a good time to somebody walking by with funk level 5. Ooh, ooh, oh man, funk level 5. On that 4 funk scale, and you funk level 5. Ooh, wow.
Oh, Keith did a show like this.
A year ago.
Yep.
Oh, wow. I think it's something to ask everybody on every different show. Uh, whether you're talking, Echo Base or Nerdrotic, if they've been to cons, heck, even Film Threat, because Chris Gore would know. My own other twin brother, Robert Meyer Burnett, could even tell you. When you've gone to convention for years, you've run into a lot of different scenarios, and when the funk is strong, when you can actually keep your mouth closed and walk through an area and swear that it is just every hair in your nose is dead. One year, it was, I remember there was a dude that walked by me. Okay, I'm not going to say it because I know some of you guys are eating, but it was that bad. It was that bad. It was that bad. Like when your eyes start to water, it was that bad. It was a 5-along funk. I mean, I had to like gear up and go find Homeboy and try to explain it to him. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's a conversation. And thank goodness I never had to have that conversation with my kids. Oh, wow. Anyway, Schnatsky really did? No, it wasn't Gary. Trust me, it was not Gary. But I didn't know the dude, but I know he was there to have a good time. He was making things difficult. Okay? I mean, he was you ever see like when a fish accidentally lands outside the bowl and just is like gasping? That's everybody behind Homeboy. That's how bad it was. I thought it was like some kind of a bad joke or trick. Homeboy had no idea. He had no idea. And I had to say something. I had to say something. Taking me back. I didn't even want to think about it. I thought I had put it out of my mind, but I know my brain's trying to limit how much I remember on purpose because I just don't want to go back to that. Because my taste buds, they stopped working. Everything just stopped. My body was trying to shut different things down. And my brain was just like, really? We're doing this? Really? And then when I went after him, I wasn't really wanting to take the conversation this way, but I've done a lot of conventions, and
The funk police.
we're kind of like the dream police, but you know, we make it possible for the dream police to do their job. But yeah, even thinking about that was just. But I tried to help him. I tried to help him. Got to help the young ones, man. Got to help the young ones. And this young man needed my help. I had to step up. Don't need no medal. Just needed to make sure I could breathe the next day. Oh man. But there was one year where somebody was so bad. They had, I think, a group of people just wanted to grab this dude and take him out back and hose him down. It should never get to that point. It should never get to that point. I'm just saying.
Oh, subways are yeah. Subways are something else. Woohoo!
Yeah, Teague. Oh man, because you in a tube, you in a metal, but oh geez, and in an elevator. It's like at first it was like somebody cut the cheese, but this is worse because it was an ongoing thing. It's BO, man. BO. Yeah, monkey. Yeah, they ought to have somebody just wearing like a pack of that stuff on their back, just ready to spray people down that need it. That's just too much reality, man. Too much truth.
Yeah. Let's get back to shows,
Yeah.
movies, posters, whatever, man.
I gotta get off this topic, man. Hey, Real White Nation Gaming. Hey.
Wait.
That is messed up, dog. Oh, geez. But anybody that's ever been to a lot of conventions, like everybody has their own story about that one time when it was really bad. Everybody's got one. Everybody's got a story like that. Oh man. Ooh. It's come back to me. Oh man, I can't get it out of my head. Okay. Oh yeah. The things I did to have fun. So, and let me just state for the record, Febreze is your friend. Ooh. Uh-oh. Real Wade Nation wanted to know what he walked into. Well, it's a personal hygiene discussion about going to events like conventions and stuff like that. Uh-oh, Martin.
What?
He dropped the words.
But this is not the show for that. So I have to say.
We don't do that here.
Gold star, Martin. Gold star. Oh, well, guess we won't be seeing those that cast and creatives at San Diego this year.
Oh,
it's all good. It's all good. But if you're going to do anything live action from Hanna-Barbera, you know what I'm about to say, because it's the only one that makes sense. You know what I'm about to say.
No. Enlighten me.
It's all about Johnny Quest, my man. It's all about Johnny Quest. Team Quest. Come on, Hanna-Barbera. Bring it. Make this happen. Team Quest. Or Space Ghost. But Team Quest. Come on.
Oh, animation, live action, whatever. Oh, I don't want. I can't imagine.
I can. Wow, man, we've gone almost okay. Wow, we've gone quite a while. Oh man, you guys pulled a lot out of me today. Got me on a few topics here, especially that last one. First of all, I want to apologize. I never really try to take a discussion that direction, but there are just certain topics that if I'm going to be telling people to go to conventions, there's certain things we really do need to discuss. And that's one of them. Be prepared. Be prepared for when somebody, just be prepared overall for the entire event. And you know those, if you're going to get a signature, make sure you stock up on the plastic sleeves, because some people don't have those when you buy signatures, go to signings for pictures and stuff like that for certain celebrities and stuff. They don't have that. So make sure you bring some of those. And if you can find it and you want to carry it around with you, bring a binder to place them in. So, Gap After Dark. Keith, you were doing a PSA. It is a PSA. I want you to be safe at any convention. Always know where the exits are. Always wear comfortable shoes. Make sure you have a copy of the schedule
And a map of the floor.
But remember, take a bath. Save somebody's sense of smell. Take a bath nightly. You should be doing that already. I shouldn't have to tell you this. Hygiene is your friend. And don't forget the foot spray. Look, I'm willing to do that if the people at San Diego ever want to just fly me out to just do a day one type of thing for all the newbies. I am willing to do that.
Moonraker.
Wow, Gap.
Dude, what have you seen?
Wolverine 626 Backdraft remake is on development, and so is a feature film version of 24. You know what? Let me tell you something. I'll be interested in a 24 movie if they're going to get Kiefer Sutherland back. Now, notice, I'm not saying he has to be the lead, but if Kiefer's going to be in it playing Jack Bauer, I'm in. Because that could be your next Mission Impossible film franchise if you do it right. Gap After Dark. I've seen con horrors, Martin. He's right. He's right. When a con goes, oh man, when parts of a con turn sideways.
I don't think it's a good idea to making a movie. I mean, it's
What,
called
24?
24 because the show ran for 24 hours in real time.
Well, I wouldn't mind, but I agree with you. I agree with Martin. You know, I don't know if I would call it 24. Personally, I'd like to see more with Jack Bauer because the guy just got it done. You know, the return of the Jack Bauer Power Hour. Come on.
12
I personally, I think we need 24 right now. I think we need
Yeah,
that
but as a
so bad.
show,
Yeah,
a movie
as
doesn't
a
work.
series. Well, the reason why they're making a movie now is that their attempt to bring it back didn't work. Now,
I wonder why.
to be fair, that's because they didn't have Kiefer. Kiefer wasn't a part of it.
Exactly.
Well, that's
He
because
is the show.
Kiefer didn't want to do it. Kiefer had other things he wanted to do, and I wasn't mad at him for it. He was wanting to do something else. He was at a different place in his life, and then he got offered, the opportunity to be the president of the United States in a particular show. Designated Survivor, which I thought was really kind of cool. It's a good show. It was a really good show. I really enjoyed it.
I have that in my back list for a while now.
I really enjoyed that show. I enjoyed the cast, but I really enjoyed Designated Survivor. Unfortunately, they just lost one of their cast members. There's one of the. It wasn't Kiefer. I mean, but in real life, they lost one of the actors who played in my opinion, pivotal role at least towards the end of the show. And I don't know if there's going to be a revival of that. If they're going to revive, if you can't get 24 off the ground, bring back Designated Survivor with some new episodes. But now after that, one of your storylines has been cut off because that particular actor is no longer around. But I mean, there are a lot of different shows that could be brought back, but that's a subject for another show because right now I think we are just over the 2-hour mark.
Yep.
And I gotta say, it's always fun doing this show with everybody here. Okay, but let's just Admiral T. Yeah, don't we get a Babylon 5 actor in 24?
I'm trying to remember.
It's been a while. Slept a lot since then. And all that talk and thinking back to going to FunkCon.
Please don't.
I
Let's
know.
move on. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
For example, great. Thank you, Gab, for your opinion.
Yeah. Look, first of all, thank you to everybody that stuck with me, even through me talking about the FUNK.
Let it go, please.
Yeah, Andrea Thompson, man, great performer. I like her. Yeah, you did.
Yes, Gab, you did a good job today, showing us all those links for your popcorn bucket. Wow.
I'm jealous.
Well, bye, Lee. We're glad to entertain. Have a nice rest of the day.
Yeah, Lee. It's always good having you. It's always good having you here. Well, I would like to thank Real Wade, Country Shape Media, Dragon Ruse, Tree Rock Creations, our Muslim uncle, the lovely Penny. Hojo, Decepticons Cave of Collectibles, the Lady Anima Confusa, Shinatsky, Admiral Teak, Cam's Crash Course, Tim at FKHC 2005, Quantum Age Comics, Sci-Fi Mombi, Peter Vinkman, Fansite, Gap, After Dark, Wolverine 626, Sci-Fi Mombi, because she's cool like that, Mrs. A, because she's really cool like that, Shirley, because Shirley's cool like that, and the first one of the day, Mr. Andy Morrow. What? My Aunt B impersonation.
Yeah. We have him.
Hopefully you learned something today. Hopefully I've at least caused you to chuckle, laugh a little bit, very least laugh at me a little bit. And I've exposed you to more of the incredible wisdom and fun topic tips from my good friend Martin here.
Oh, right.
Oh, wow. It is always good doing this. I consider myself to be very lucky, very privileged to do this. And the fact that you guys want to show up and be a part of this. So I want to thank you. And on behalf of myself, my good buddy Martin, in the words of my other twin brother, Robert Ryan Burnett, try to have a better day.
And with that, goodbye, everybody. See you